You're listening to a Bay of Islands Radio original podcast.
Incoming transmission.
Beam aboard for another episode of Sunday Night Geek, live from the Bay of Islands radio studio in Warnimuk, Newfoundland. Find us online at boir.ca and by subspace transmission 100.1 FM or on Rogers Channel 9. Join our hosts, Angel Sky Cosplay, Sean the Tech Ninja, and the Big Dirty Nerd as they travel through time and space, review all the nerd news this week, talk about things nobody ever talks about, and answers questions no one asked.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Sunday Night Geek. I am the Big Dirty Nerd. We've got Angel Sky.
Hey.
And Sean.
Hello.
And of course Toby is here. Toby is very much wanting to get up in my face.
Yeah, he's like, he hasn't seen you in 3 weeks.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been 3 weeks. He looks some good with his haircut.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those ears redone.
Yes.
Trim. We didn't trim the actual ears off, but the hairs.
Obviously, you didn't.
Some people
trim
don't
the
know.
ears.
No. Ear trimming is a thing, right? So some people get that done.
Yeah, so radio-wise. In Radioland.
In Radioland, no. He's just got the hair trim, so it's not so straggly looking. Yeah, what they call
Ear trimming's a thing?
I said,
Yep.
Yeah.
Boxers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
That's kind of cruel.
It
It's
is
very
a little
cruel.
bit. Same with, like, they do, like, called doxing and stuff like that. Docking their tails and things like that, right?
Oh, my God. People are assholes.
But, although there is some medical procedures and stuff around certain things.
Yeah.
But
no,
Well, if it's a medical procedure, that's one thing. But to do it purely for aesthetic reasons?
A lot of these large breeds with the whip tails
Yep.
get docked because they get what's called happy tail.
it damages the tail.
And damages the end of the tail because they're long and like a little whip.
Okay.
And so when they bang it off things, and then all the blood vessels in the end of the tail get,
Okay, I
like,
could see that.
damaged.
That would make sense. Yeah.
But,
for the health of the puppers.
Yeah. But
He's totally like, oh,
but yeah,
sit down.
so before he got done, I was like, man, your ears, because we would let them grow long, like the fur on them long.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I said, you looks like a streel.
Yeah.
And he goes, wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
In a long time. That's good old-fashioned Newfoundland vernacular there. Yeah. You looks like a streel, my son. Get in out of it, law. Get in out of it. Get out the laneway. Well, he wants to get, you want to give a gift? Oh, cookies. Oh, Mom, give me cookies.
Mom got cookies.
Mom got cookies.
Cookies. Doggy cookies.
Doggy cookies. Crunchy, 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 crunchy.
Here, little doggy SMR.
Little doggy SMR. That actually sounds kind of scary. If you put like a zombie, use that as a voice track for a zombie apocalypse.
They just had
Here we go.
hungry puppy.
He says, "I'm just a baby."
I'm just a baby.
I love that sound.
That's pretty good.
Baby.
Yes. I was born a dog. Identify as a dog. When my mom says, "I'm just a baby."
I'm just a baby.
Or the one where he's like saying like you can't bite. He's like, "It's just a baby," but you can't do. He's like, "It's just a baby."
Yeah.
That's a him sometimes.
Okay, what's going on this week? Shall we talk about first of all?
Tis the long weekend.
Tis the long weekend.
Victoria Day weekend.
Shall we talk about first of all the She-Hulk trailer?
Yeah, I finally saw it, yeah.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
I see
You
the
haven't
meme
seen it?
about...
you don't seem interested at all in this.
Oh, it looks hilarious because like I saw the one part and somebody made it to meme is like getting carried about by She-Hulk is a kink I didn't realize I have.
Yes.
Just like, yeah, they're going more with the comedic aspect of like the...
Well, you kind of got to.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
You kind of got to because She-Hulk has been a very funny series since the John Byrne one.
Yeah, John Byrne, and then when they did that whole one where she's just the lawyer, basically. Full
Yes.
What's his name? Doc Magnus, or what's the one with the long green hair?
Doc Samson.
Doc Samson. I wonder if he's going to be in that.
It would be interesting if he is. Because you could just get the actor that played him in the Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? So why not? I mean, Mark Ruffalo is in it. We've got Smart Hulk in this one. So
yeah, because he's coaching her.
Yeah, because he's coaching her. Yeah. It looks like what it looks like to me is Sword, that organization Sword that came out of S.H.I.E.L.D., is forming a superhuman law division. And Jennifer Walters is the head lawyer of it. And I guess after that, she turns into She-Hulk. I hope they go the route that they did in the comics where she gets a transfusion from Bruce.
Yeah.
And that's what Hulk's route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although not in the same manner as his, because she wasn't highly gamma radiated. She was mutated.
She's mutated. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I like.
Which is
6'7".
different.
What?
6'7".
6'7".
Oh yeah.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. It looks fun.
It does. It does. Yeah. No, I've heard a lot of complaints online. People saying that Tatiana Maslany doesn't really. Her body type doesn't. I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
It's a comic book.
It's a comic
TV
book.
show.
Exactly. It's all fantasy, and the CGI doesn't look all that great. Shut up.
That's still
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. It's not
look,
real life.
Look at all the other CGI on TV.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's not a Marvel movie. If it was a Marvel movie and they were putting out bad CGI, then we would have a problem.
Then we'd have a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a made for TV series
Yep.
that look at Flash and
Toby,
Supergirl
go lie
and
down. Go lie down.
and
Go lie
I'm
down.
trying to hug you when he puts his paw.
Supergirl and Flash and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
their CGI is not the greatest.
Flash's CGI is awful.
I mean, look at John Jones. when he comes
John
on.
Jones is terribly
Right.
done.
So
Terribly done. Even on the Flash now, the
but we
pure
kind
effects
of
is bad.
we kind of put up with it because it's TV.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something to
It's
watch.
like it's not bad.
No.
The only thing I don't like when they do it on TV, instead of using orchestra, they use obviously just a guy with a synthesizer.
Yes.
I'm like, oh no, don't. It's not the 80s anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen that like in the last 5 years still being done. I'm like, no, you
No.
guys don't cut out on that.
No, but anyway, back to the trailer. So it seems like we're going to see a couple of off the beat characters in this one, like
Yeah.
Frogman. Frogman was in the trailer, and I was like, oh,
Well,
okay.
people are learning the whole Kite Man kind of
they're-
appreciation, right? You got
yeah.
your D-listers. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, you'll come back. Don't worry. Just keep talking.
Yeah, but
See, you're back.
Yeah, you got your D-listers. You got your very more to the month like Wizard used to show, like these old characters that were just like 3-time losers. They got the gimmick because they're like a bank robber or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is not behaving well again.
Yeah. But we also see one of Shulky's arch villains, Titania.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know that's who it was at first until I saw a breakdown of the trailer, and I'm like, oh, that's Titania. Okay. Interesting.
I just realized too. We watched a movie that had guest appearances for everything from Stan Marsh to Tigra.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, Rescue Rangers.
We watched
Oh,
the
okay.
That's
Rescue
the Andy
Rangers.
Samberg one. There's Lonely
It's on
Island.
Disney
Okay.
Plus.
Oh my God! Watch
It's pretty funny.
It's
Is it?
funny.
It-
That's
it
why we
has-
watched on the deck.
It has cameos from just about every cartoon
Yeah.
I could think of.
Okay.
Blink and you miss it.
from,
Stan
like-
Marsh.
I should have.
like-
Who's Stan Marsh?
Stan Marsh from South Park.
One of the dads. The dad. That,
I don't watch South
Anyway,
Park.
he's a
So.
South Park character.
Okay.
That's what I mean. They got him from everywhere around, and even Tiger from the Avengers shows up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, it's a very much behind the music kind of
and
thing.
Ugly Sonic.
Ugly Sonic's in it?
is
Okay.
quite a bit actually.
I'm going to have to watch this then.
Like he's an actor and he got passed over kind of thing because they're at a convention at one point, right? And they're all having their little tables. Even Skeletor and He-Man have had tables.
Because in this world, it's like the Roger Rabbit world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where
Roger
like
Rabbit's there too.
yeah, where the the animated stuff is actually like real people.
Yeah, they're all actors.
They're all actors.
Okay.
So it's like a kind of very much like a Roger Rabbit type of film.
All right.
What's his
Sounds
name?
interesting.
John Mulaney plays Chip, and Dale is played by Andy Samberg, who has the CGI surgery. Same thing as Baloo. You see him at one point in there. The Baloo
Okay.
from the Jungle Book in universe there is also the Baloo from Tailspin. He got CG surgery as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. Apparently, keep yourself modern. You'll get CG surgery.
Yeah.
All right.
The plot's great. Just
Okay, then you need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Because I know when you start talking plot, you start talking
I'm not
spoilers.
going to say nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
It was
Plot's
very
great, but-
good.
Yeah.
We also watched The Lost City of D.
What's that?
Sandra Bullock one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Lost
I thought
City.
it was just called Lost City.
It's Lost City, but that's what they call it.
The book that she
the
she
movie.
writes is
Lost
the
City
last
of
one
D.
is called The Lost City of
was
D.
that any good?
It was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny, though. It's just like...
Brad Pitt's in it. Channing Tatum's
Channing
in it.
Tatum's in it, yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of A-listers.
Her. I don't know. I don't remember
Her
who her
agent.
agent was. She's pretty funny in it. There's the. Of course, the bad guy is Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's a super billionaire.
Super
bad guy
billionaire
kinda.
kind of thing.
Okay, so he's a Mark Zuckerberg.
Kinda, yeah, he's awkward like that, too.
Kind of.
Okay.
He plays like the villain trope.
It's nice
In
to see
this.
that he's getting work besides stuff for Harry Potter, eh? Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my-
watched. I watched
Weird
one
Al one.
actually yesterday. It was an old one that he did called Horns.
Horns.
I
yes.
still haven't watched that.
Yeah, I saw it on Prime. I was like, oh, let me watch this.
It's on Prime?
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
Horns is really, really, really
It
good.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it was
another
different,
one,
but it was good.
There's another one he done called Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one.
And I
yet.
wanna
got
see
one
that
queued
as
up.
well.
Yeah, he just wakes up and there's like guns,
Guns.
nailed to his hands.
Nailed to his hands.
Yeah, apparently it's some kind of reality TV show.
Something like that. Yeah,
something.
it's crazy. So he's done some really wild stuff since Harry Potter. So it's good to see, though. It's
He's
good
in
to
the
see.
Pattinson thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So interesting stuff to see. Yeah, there's lots going on. A little bit of controversy this week, though. Have you heard about Stan Lee?
About something about his image or something.
Marvel has negotiated the rights to use Stan Lee's image in upcoming projects. So we're probably going to see
Same as Elvis
CGI
Presley.
Stan Lee.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what their plan is.
But I mean, he's passed away and is a brand already. Elvis, same thing. There's Elvis properties, and you actually, if you want anything of Elvis's face in it, you have to negotiate with them.
That's exactly what Marvel did.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Marvel negotiated with Stan Lee's estate
Yeah.
to use his likeness in future movies.
I can
There's
see it.
a rumor that
I
they've
don't
done
know.
that with the Flash for Chris Reeves' estate.
I can see that. Yeah,
As long as they do it
it's
tastefully.
got to be done tastefully.
Can't explain. Hey, get 15% off on the website.
No.
That's what I mean.
They're planning on continuing Stan Lee's cameos.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Right?
Okay.
If you're doing that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you're treating him like one of the linchpins of that multiverse creation. He just pops up. So I mean, why not? There's a tradition that people miss.
Multiverse.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about the
We did.
multiverse?
Yes, we did.
Sad.
But I want to hear your input
Yeah.
on it.
What do you think?
It was good.
Wow, Angela, thank you for your revelation.
It was okay.
Jeez.
I wish they had done more with the multiverse. Though.
I do too. Yes.
Yes.
A little more screwball
That was my only thing about it, is that they set it all up to be this big epic crossover multiverse phenomenon type thing, and it was very basic.
It was kind of basic.
They should at least done the gag where, like, at one point they went through like the Spider-Man universe where
Well,
he's a mecha or something.
It's not
like
even that. I thought it was more of a break the multiverse and bring the multiverse into our universe and
Yep.
like things like this.
That's
This is
what I
what
thought was
it.
gonna happen, too.
This is what it set it up to be, and then it was like, no, they're just explaining some of the rules of it. I guess
That's it. That's all they did.
So
Maybe we're going to see more about that in the Loki second season, which starts filming this month, next month.
But it was a little disappointing. It was good for what it was.
It was good for what it was.
Like,
Evil
you know,
Dead 4.
if you didn't go in there thinking what, you know, we all were thinking was like, oh my God, this is going to be, you know, the multiverse brought over to the MCU. I figured they were going to talk about, you know, some things that Loki was into, like, you know, maybe even the time, you know,
Bureau.
time bureau.
Time Variance Authority.
And that would have been interesting. They showed up at the end.
They did a
'cause,
small link. They did do a small link to that when Reed Richards showed up.
No, I don't agree. I don't think that was a Time Variance
No,
Authority thing.
not that. Direct link between him and Kang. That
Which was?
the same. They use the same technology historically. Him and Kang directly use the same technology historically.
Yeah,
But they didn't. I don't understand what you mean.
Like when it came up, that beam up thing.
See,
Kang
to
used
me, that reminds me of Doom's time platform.
yeah,
Which is a Doctor Doom thing, not a
yeah.
Kang thing.
Well, Kang also aped it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean, right?
Okay.
I think especially when he's in Mortis or whatever.
But it was just like, okay, so that was like one multiverse.
Yeah.
And they pretty much set the whole thing in that one
in
multiverse,
that universe, yeah.
right? With them, because she took over the body of the Wanda in that one, and then they go back there eventually. But there was no consequences at the end of it.
They're setting the young
Which
girl up
is,
as well, though.
I get it, but at the same time, it was like, okay, and then what was with the time rates? Because that's what I'm going to call them.
I don't really know. That really wasn't explained.
He's upsetting the natural order by doing it or something.
It
like that.
wasn't. They weren't time wraiths.
I know, but that's what it looked like.
That's what
Demons
it
that
looked like.
come to get you when you screw with their magic.
Yes.
It looked like the ones from the Flash series.
Yeah, that's what I said first thing too. In my mind's like, oh, I like time race, but then he like does that whole cloak thing though. It was
Yeah, he turns him into his cloak. Yeah.
that's very much an Ash moment.
I know, but it was just like, okay, so they show up whenever somebody messes with the multiverse. How come
They mess with magic.
they mess with magic?
Yes.
Yeah. Certain schools of magic.
Then
Right,
why
like-
haven't they
like-
showed up before?
Like Doctor Strange, when he inhabited Sinister Strange, Defender Strange's dead body, his corpse.
Right.
That was a corruption of magic.
Because he's doing it on a dead body, not like
human being.
Wanda was doing
Yeah.
it on living beings.
Okay.
Toby, I'm trying to turn here, buddy. And he's pushing me away.
I know,
and that's
he's
what it was,
out.
right? That's what he went
He
after.
broke a rule.
He broke a rule.
I know. It's just they've never mentioned them before, ever.
No.
And they just kind of show up, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And we're supposed to know exactly what they are.
I know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
maybe
it
it was
was
something
the-
they cut from the movie, maybe, or
Well, yeah. Apparently, there's like 30 extra minutes to this thing, and most of that time is spent with the Illuminati. So, hopefully, we'll see that in the director's cut.
Yeah.
I wish it had been a little bit more.
Yeah.
I give it like a 6.5 or 7.
Well, I gave it a 7. I think you gave it roughly the same,
7-ish,
7.5 or something.
Yeah.
So we're all on roughly the same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good for what it was, but still had a lot of stuff to do and didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
And
if
especially for a 2-hour
I would
runtime.
have loved if the Time Bureau had showed up,
Yeah.
or like something to tie it back into one of the other series,
Yeah.
or anything like that. I mean, he messed with a lot of things. Doctor Strange did, like a lot of things,
Yeah.
and then for it to go back to pretty much normal. Like I know she shows up at the end. What's her name?
Clee.
Can't remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. She shows up at the end. It's like I need your help, kind of thing. But it would have been more interesting if the Time Bureau had showed up
Yeah.
right then.
Yeah.
Been like, Doctor Strange, you're under arrest for messing with the time, blah, 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 blah.
That would have been a lot better.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
see, why don't they listen to us and let us write the ending of these movies?
Because they're a studio
Right.
and they've got executives who think they know the
No.
material better than the fans do.
you know, we could rate it.
We could have.
Like we did, like that would have been a better ending.
Mm-hmm.
Batman, we already said it would have been. We would have given it a better ending. Like, man, gotta listen to us.
Gotta
more and
listen to
more.
us. Like these guys should be all tuning in Sunday Night
No,
Geek
Sunday Night
every
Geek.
Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Listen to
we
what
got
we
good
to say.
ideas.
We got good
Gets
ideas.
ideas.
Yeah.
Copyright TM.
Yeah, TM. Yeah. Too much time on our hands. On the TMT, too much time. So yeah, there we go. So that's your
Yeah.
5-minute breakdown of Multiverse of Madness, which pretty much echoes what Sean and I had to say last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
He always
Shake,
does
shake.
that.
You had to have a shake.
Lord, you had to have a shake. Yeah.
Imagine we did that. Just
What?
all of a sudden out of the blue, shake.
Yeah. Right. Can you imagine? You mean you don't? I do.
Oh, I just stretch and try not to hurt anything. When
Yes.
It's actually a dog's version of like resetting themselves.
Oh, so it's kind of like when we have really good poop.
No, as in like
recalibrating.
like you know how some people have to do certain things to like
Oh, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
reset themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a dog's way of doing
Oh,
it. They
okay.
give themselves a shake
Give themselves a shake.
when they're nervous
Interesting. I
or
didn't know
or something is like exciting or
Okay.
something like that.
that. Okay.
They give themselves a good shake.
Interesting. You guys said you didn't watch The Flash this week.
No.
Well, I hate to say it because I've been really positive with The Flash over the last 4 or 5 episodes when they introduced Deathstorm, and now they're gone back to the, but Barry, only you can say, I can't even remember her name right now. Iris. Barry, only you can say Iris through love. And I'm like, shut up. You just got away from this bullshit. And now you're back on your garbage again.
What did you think of
Ugh, yuck.
of Killer Frost though?
I was a little bit surprised he killed her off. But part of me thinks that when Caitlin tries, because if anybody's not watching, Caitlin's trying to bring her back.
Yeah.
When she brings her back, because it's not a matter of if, it's when.
Yeah.
She's going to be corrupted and she's going to be a zombie.
Yeah.
She's going to be a superpowered zombie like from Blackest Night. And that's what's going to lead into next season's big bad story arc. It's going to be Blackest Night.
I wonder if they'll be introducing the Green Lanterns.
I think so. I think we're going to go in totally that direction.
Because they were wanting to develop it before pre-COVID, but
Yeah.
just DC was looking to develop it as a series.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see John Stewart Diggle as John Stewart as a Green Lantern. Yep.
Yeah.
Good. It's about time.
So I think the Flash has potential to get better again, but my God, when they go into these, Barry save Iris because
I think it's
you
their
love her.
I think it's next year's or last season.
Next year, I think
Yeah.
it's their last season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Riverdale got canceled too.
Riverdale got canceled. I
But
saw
they
that.
get to have a closing.
Oh, that's good.
2023, I think is their
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
this is announced to be their
I didn't realize
I think they
they've
got
been-
one more season.
I didn't realize they've been on the air for 7 years.
seasons,
Yeah.
7
Well, that's why they're
seasons.
like adults now.
Yeah.
in the show for a while.
They CW officially put out a thing like a poster for the Supernatural prequel.
Yes.
Yeah, Winchesters.
Yes, the Winchesters. Yeah, which is narrated
Mary and
by
John?
which is narrated by Jensen Ackles, the first episode.
Good.
So nice to see. Yeah, we're getting back into some supernatural stuff. The origin, supernatural. Oh my God! Speaking of origins, I tried watching Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins.
I have had no thought.
Oh my God! What terrible, terrible! I got about 35 minutes into it, and I was like, I got to turn this off. I'm bored to death. Like I thought Justice League was bad. Snake Eyes Origins was awful.
I got a feeling that was the last one they were obligated to fart out because that's the Snake Eyes based on the previous movies.
Yes.
They're not going in that direction now, see?
Good.
Everything is going to be a shared universe. Like all the Hasbro stuff. So like and they've recently bought Power Rangers to put into
Yes, they have, haven't they?
Yeah. So there's Transformers, let's do it again. G.I. Joe. They're even saying like they might use visionaries and stuff like that because they're aliens. The visionaries are and they're supposed to look taller and all this stuff. So they said like we got this whole thing. That's why they have they bought what used to be Alliance Atlantis 1.
Yeah.
Hasbro bought that directly.
Okay.
They own that now, and like
so Hasbro's got their own studio. Is what you're saying?
Allspark Films under one.
Oh, Allspark Films. Okay.
Never heard of that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, no, I have. I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was Hasbro's
that's their dedicated
studio.
They're not as fast into launching as they want to be, but apparently they're going to do the Power Rangers film in 1995.
You know, not being fast, not being the first out of the gate, though, makes a lot of sense because now they can learn from a lot of mistakes that studios have done in the past.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, Hasbro's got, like you just said, like they've got a big stable of characters.
They can even
big
do My Little
stable.
Pony, for Lord's sake. Right?
Although I don't want to see Optimus Prime taking on My Little Pony.
My Little Pony will kick his ass.
Probably, yeah.
As it says, Shutter.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic.
No, the blue and rainbow color one actually was it. They did a death match between him and Starscream, and he beat Starscream like hands down.
Well, yeah, but Starscream's a pansy.
Starscream's
He's a egomaniacal opportunist.
I could take on Starscream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I could take on Starscream. That's saying even more right there.
Hey, you could take on Starscream. Hey, yes, you could.
So I was pretty much right about Una.
Yeah, so let's talk about Strange New Worlds. Now, first of all, I got a comment to make here. I'm hearing you're not even watching it.
Nope.
Why?
Because I don't like original Star Trek.
But it's... What do you mean? You like TNG?
Yeah, I don't like original Trek.
But this got nothing to do with the original series.
Like TNG. This is a lot more like TNG, though.
I love.
I gotta say one thing.
Okay.
I love the engineer, the Anar.
Hamler. Yeah, Hamler's cool.
He's so like sour.
Oh, and your question
Yes.
of who in Star Trek could pick up Thor's hammer?
Yes.
I think Tilly could.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good... It was a question that was posed on TikTok, and I answered it.
You answered it.
Yeah, I answered it. Una Chin Riley.
I think Tilly could.
Tilly could probably do it, too. Yeah, that would not surprise me one bit. I mean,
That's the first person I thought of was
yeah,
Tilly.
Yeah.
Heart of gold, man.
Yeah, heart of gold. Definitely pure of intention.
Definitely worthy.
Yeah, definitely worthy. Okay. All right, so Sean and I are going to jump into this week's episode here now for a couple of minutes. Ghosts of Iliar.
Yeah.
Interesting episode.
Yeah. So they basically go down to a planet.
Yeah.
To a bunch of Illyrians who want to investigate. They want to join the Federation. They couldn't initially because the Federation has a ban on genetic engineering.
Yes.
And any species that engage in it cannot be considered. And they were de-engineering themselves to join Starfleet.
Yes.
And they go down to a big ion storm and no people around, and then two of them get stuck down there. Pike and
was not Kirk.
No, he's up passed out in life sciences somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
No, Pike and
Spock
are down there. The rest of the crew come up, but then an outbreak starts happening.
Yes.
But they determine it is a light-based outbreak.
A light-based virus.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like, oh, okay, interesting.
And interesting enough, you see basically everybody eventually infected, but somehow the first officer is infected and over it.
Yeah.
And that's suspicious because she's supposed to be just like a person. Like
she's supposed to be just a human girl. That's all she's supposed to be.
6 foot tall.
Yeah. Then we find out.
Yeah, we find out that the reason why, and she comes clean with the chief medical officer, is because she's a genetically modified Illyrian. We've talked about her being an augment in the past. I did not see her being an alien augment. She seems very much like, the reason why I thought she kind of has the Clark Kent suppression on the go. She seems like she's keeping herself in check constantly.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I mean, we see that when she lifts Hammer up, like she lifted Hammer off the ground like there was, one-handed. Throws him over her shoulder, gets him out of the transporter room while he's trying to transport part of the Iron Storm into the ship.
Yeah. No. The mantle.
The mantle. That's what it was. The mantle. Planet. The mantle of the planet. Yeah. Anyway, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just see like, although the what's her name, Khan. She gets infected, and they luckily get a whole cure about it. But she comes clean Starfleet.
Yep.
And he refuses to take her resignation or anything like that. But one part of the episode, though, and the whole cause of the issue, was that Memega refused to have the medical transporter refitted.
Yes.
And you learn why. He's keeping his young daughter in the buffer because she has an incurable form of cancer called cytokemia.
Yes, that was a nice callback, kind of a call forward to Relics, the TNG episode where they did it with Scotty. But in this case, the transporter is not advanced enough, and he's got to rematerialize her every. Did he say 24 hours?
Yeah, he has story time with her.
Yeah, so he brings her out, gives her story time, puts her back in.
Broke my heart.
Oh, that was so sad. That was so sad, right? To know that, and the fact that Una found, and by the way, we've never mentioned this before. Una has a full name now, Una Chin Riley.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
But to see that, he has to do this to keep her alive because there's no cure for the type of cancer that she has. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
But Una says instead of, blah, blah, we're going to give this its own feed from engineering and just keep it as like a stasis chamber.
Stasis chamber, basically, yeah. Yeah. So out of the third episode, we get a brand new child character, which is very, very interesting. So, but can she, I kind of got the impression as well that she can't leave that chamber.
She's probably gonna. Well, what the naming suggests to me, cytokemia is it's a cancer of the fluid inside of her cell walls. That's what cytoplasm is.
Oh, okay.
It's the material inside your cells, and her actual cells probably. Well, they said doesn't advance very much when they do this, but as well, it's probably screwed her immune system over majorly.
Can you imagine, like, if they don't find a cure for her, and until 25 years from now, she's gonna come out of there as like the youngest 30-year-old in the world.
Yeah. Poor Des, gray hair.
Oh my God, yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Good character development for Mbenga, though. I mean, a lot of these characters we've seen before in TOS, like Mbenga was a character.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chapel was a character. Una was a character.
It's just so weird to see them two played by different actors.
Different actors, that's a little bit weird, but it's good seeing them getting some serious development. All right.
I like this Chapel. She's a firecracker.
Nurse Chapel is absolutely Dr. Chapel.
Yeah, Dr. Chapel.
Because she's a doctor of genetics, yeah. So I don't know why she's a doctor. Anyway.
Because she probably enlisted in Starfleet or whatever, got a commission, and she had to go through medical again, and she decided instead to be, a geneticist or something like that. She wanted to go to a different area of life sciences, and
that could be.
You have to start all the way from the bottom again, because by the time Star Trek 4-6 shows up, she is a commander and a doctor.
She is a we talked this last. She is a doctor in the motion picture, the first Star Trek movie.
Well, that's what I mean. By the time the ship, that's what I mean. By the time it's well into the future of the series.
Oh yeah, she's definitely she's like a commander. Yeah.
Because really, when you do the math there, then that was only was it 2 5-year? Yeah, they had 2 5 years. No, they only had 1 5 year in the Kirk.
On the Kirk.
But that's what I mean. In that 1 5 year, she went down to being a nurse again and back up to being
a
GP,
doctor.
Probably.
Yeah.
She's a GP now. So
yeah.
GP is probably a different thing you got to do in Starfleet. Sometimes you can do actually in real life, somebody I grew up with was a nurse for the longest time. Now she's a doctor. Now she's the medical officer for Labrador.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
She went back and became a doctor.
Yeah.
But and we didn't mention the Ion Storm's actually the natives.
The natives, the Illyrians.
Ones they ended up changing in their gene alteration. Actually ended up altering themselves more into like electroplasmic or whatever.
Yeah. And of course, that leads to one scene that happened on the planet's surface where I went and almost did it. Yeah. Pike and Spock are huddled together, and everybody's going like, "Oh, we're going to ship Pike and Spock." No, stop it!
No. The one thing I like.
I don't know if you want to
on the planet though.
Yeah.
Really quick on the planet, they think that they're coming to get them. They're trying to
save them
because you see a level and there's they got phase. He just smacks it out of his head. No, down on the floor.
Yeah. But everybody, once they saw that scene, everybody's like, "Oh, Pike and Spock are going to have it." I'm like, "No, they're not. Kirk and Spock are."
I just
Shut
want to
up.
put it out there.
What?
It's a very unpopular opinion.
What's that?
I don't like Spock.
Okay.
I don't mind Spock.
Which
but,
is, I think, one of the reasons I don't want to watch the series.
no,
Like, you don't like Spock as a character overall? Like, not even Leonard Nimoy?
No, not really.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry. I don't like most Vulcans.
Well, Vulcans are assholes.
They really are.
They really are.
They really are. They hide behind their high intellect and superiority.
Yeah.
But they're really, they're dicks.
They're dicks.
They
They really are.
jerks.
The only one I even consider liking is she's not even a Vulcan anymore. In the future. What's her name? That's
Michael, you're talking about Michael Burnham.
nope. I'm talking about that's part of her annoys me too. Because I was born on Vulcan and I have such a logical mind. I was raised on Vulcan and I have a logical mind.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about.
The Mrs. Head of the Planet, but it's not Vulcan anymore. What's it called now?
The reunified.
Oh, Navarre.
Navarre, the president, I guess.
Oh,
it
yeah,
is?
yeah. Yeah,
She's kind of okay.
she's kind of okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's more or less a mix of Vulcan and Romulan, so there's
Yeah.
a little bit of both going on there.
But yeah, that kind of annoys me about Michael too.
Yeah, but she's moved past that.
I was raised on Vulcan, so I'm a logical being. It's
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, by season 4, she's moved beyond that.
she has.
She has.
And I give that to her, but that's why she annoys me a
I'm
little
more
bit
fond
too.
of Bitchy Einar.
Yeah,
I love him though.
yeah. Hammer is pretty cool.
The first time I was like, what do you do? To just go through everything like that in the beginning there, fixing the transporters to get them back in and stuff like that. I was like, you're welcome.
Yeah,
He just walks away.
yeah. He's very cranky.
He is.
He
Cantankerous.
is definitely the prototypical engineer, though,
Yeah.
right? Like cranky, stay out of my engineering section.
So I gotta do everything around here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's like. I like that.
I only just noticed that the ranks
are
are
all-
tinted to the
I
uniforms.
gotta
uniform
I gotta
colors,
ask
yeah.
you a question though.
Yes,
Aren't all Starfleet engineers cranky?
cranky. Yes, all of them.
Scotty isn't so much, but I think that's because he has a little still
Yes, she
somewhere.
is.
Oh, Scotty's
Scotty,
No.
Scotty.
He isn't
Yes, he was.
always because when he's dipping into a still, he's in a good mood.
But no, he was always cranky. He always like, get away from my engines.
Scotty was very, very
He
jealous
is,
of his
though.
engines. Yeah,
Not just jealous of his engines. Like I said, like that whole opening thing to Star Trek V when they're on one of these new Constitution classes that just
don't work.
crap the bed every 2 seconds.
I
right?
think the
It's like-
only one that
trying not to say
wasn't
the poop
was
word.
probably Geordi.
Jordy had his cranky
He
moments.
had his cranky moments, but overall,
Yeah, like Trip was cranky.
yeah.
Miles O'Brien on DS9, he was cranky.
Yeah.
Balana was cranky and a Klingon.
No. Miles O'Brien episodes are
Half
subtitled
man.
"Watch the Irishman Suffer."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Balana was just cranky and had that Latino attitude on top of it.
Yes,
and Klingon.
and
so,
Klingon. So she was an all-around nightmare in the engineering department. Who's the engineer? Oh, see, Discovery's got me confused. Is Stamets the chief engineer
He's
or is
chief
Jet
engineer
Reno?
of that drive. Reno's in charge of the warp drive.
Okay, so
because they're two
Yeah,
different,
they're two different sections.
so we've got two cranky engineers on
Yes,
Discovery
together. In the same room.
in the same room.
Plus,
I know.
I always maintain Jet Reno probably started enlisted on top of it. So
Oh, I have no doubt. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The way she
mean,
conducts herself,
The
definitely.
thing is that they never even had her till,
Season
later.
2.
Yeah.
I love that those go rescues. Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys like help me out. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I love seeing her stand up those in real life too.
Lots of cranky people
Yeah.
in engineering.
yeah. They're all cranky.
They're crankier
It's-
than the doctors.
It's a must have.
And on lower decks, the engineer on lower decks is a cranky old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's a prince of a planet apparently.
And the doctors too.
And the doctor, well, she's Acacian. She has to be
Yeah.
cranky.
Not all of them.
Not all of them have really good
Yeah, no,
bedside
no.
manners either.
No.
I know.
Remember TOS, not all vacations. TAS.
Oh, true. Yeah, true enough. Yeah. You know, I never watched any of the TAS. I've
TAS, I
never
just
seen an
dipped into
episode.
them random ones that they recommend, like the one about where you see Spock's childhood.
Yeah.
I actually had a couple of the read-along things that were adapted from the comic books from around then that adapted TAS at
Yeah.
the time. And, like, it's weird because they colored Uhura as white and blonde.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, big mistake on the coloring department's
Yeah.
part there.
And it is TS because it was a story dealing with Maress. She was the only person immune to the effects of an alien or whatever.
Can you imagine her white and blonde? That just
No.
that just sounds wrong.
I love her in the series though, where she's like cadet.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I had shared a thing
I
the
know.
other day.
I gotta wonder too if maybe at some point we're going to see Scotty come on board as an engineer, because Scotty in the original pilot, The Cage,
Yeah.
was the chief engineer of the Enterprise. So I'm wondering if we're going to see him or Dr. Bryce.
Yeah.
Right, like we know Mbeng is the chief CMO right now, but is Dr. Bryce going to make an appearance?
I like how they didn't do the right kind of let's make the warp core look like all the other warp cores, and it still looks like that old school segmented.
It's got that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's got that. As you look back towards the back of the ship, it's got,
midsection, deflector
I
on the
love
other
that.
side.
Love
See,
that.
and that's how it's supposed to be because intermix doesn't happen for another 15 years.
Yeah,
Intermix isn't implemented until the refits.
yeah. So I really, really like that.
So they are keeping with things too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love his cabin though. I want a cabin like that. There's like I make ribs over here. There's a fireplace and all this stuff.
But there, did you notice like all the cruise cabins are big and fancy like that? Like even Una's cabin is big like
Somebody
that.
worked it out on, and I think they paid attention on YouTube. The size of the TOS Enterprise is big enough for 1,000 people, not even hot bunking. They have a bowling alley on the ship.
Really?
Yeah, they worked at the actual inner sizes.
So
by
why does it only have a
dimensions.
crew of 450?
Probably because the cabins are so big. They worked out that a lot of the cabins are big.
Okay.
And the habitation area only really needs occupied for a crew comp, and they have like 1 or 2 decks.
Yeah, true. No.
Yeah, the rest of it can be like, but you got to break it down to recreation. There's a pool aboard. There's a bowling alley aboard. There's commissary basically you go into, like besides like eating in your spot, or you want to barbecue some ribs apparently if you're a captain and the nose of shit. You notice he's basically in where 10 forward is, and
Yes.
and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. He's forward facing. I really like that.
into danger.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, Una's got that nice little mood lamp or whatever there. She did that little rip. I'm like,
That was very Kirk-esque. When she ripped open her tunic, I was like, oh, God.
well, that made me wonder afterwards, like, is she going to be like the away Kirk now for like
Yeah,
jumping
probably,
around and,
yeah.
and rolling and shooting and fisticuffs?
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, they got to do a few bars of that at some point when there's a fight scene.
Well, we might hear that next week, because next week we're getting introduced to the Gorn.
Yeah, it's going to be a sore spot for Khan. Mm-hmm. She was the only one left to survive out of her sleeper ship.
Yeah. Yeah. So, interesting.
Go dinosaur.
No, you said sleeper ship. She wasn't on a sleeper ship from Earth. She was actually born,
Yeah.
but she was on a colony ship.
Colony ship, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
those
she's
multi-generational ships.
she's a descendant of Khan.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess realistically she doesn't know that Khan is still out there right now,
Yeah.
floating around
Yeah.
in his in the Botany Bay.
Because they were in sleeper ships. Her bunch were the same as like the ones that found Aldebaran colonies
Yes.
and stuff like that. They were all the first
Yeah.
volley of colonists.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
gonna
realistically, you're right. Yeah.
that's gonna be pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
I'd say a little
Yeah.
triggering.
Can't wait to see what they're going to look like, because the original TOS Gorn were the big rubber suit aliens. The Enterprise Gorn were more reptilian and CGI. I'm wondering what they're going to do with Strange New Worlds Gorn.
Give them feathers.
Why not? I mean, they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're not, remember, not dinosaurs anymore. They're like giant birds.
They're like
Come on.
giant birds. Yeah, yeah.
They look like Jurassic World,
Well, I had Kentucky Fried Dinosaur yesterday.
which is coming out soon.
Coming out next month,
Beginning of June.
beginning of June.
It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
week and change.
I know they've got all kinds of like merchandising stuff out right now.
Yeah, and I want to see this movie, so we have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize it, but Laura Dern was only 23 when she did Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
She was only young around then because she was doing like she was also on like Ellen and a few other sitcoms at the same time. She appeared in a couple other movies. Like, she's the mom in F is for Family. You ever
F is
see
for Family.
F is for Family is the animated series on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay,
Based on
okay.
Bill Burr's growing up,
Okay.
and she's the mom, and she's great. She's
yeah.
great in it. But yeah, she was only young. I didn't realize that. She always looks 30.
Is it going to be 3D?
I hope not. I'm so.
You know what? I don't mind, but I don't mind dinosaurs in 3D.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm so over the 3D shtick.
I was just
The
wondering.
only thing I like for 3D is like if it's something like Thor Ragnarok, where it's like bright and shiny and
Yeah,
stuff like
bright
that.
and shiny
Like,
animated movies in
Yeah.
3D are very,
Yeah.
very cool. I like that.
That's what I mean. Like when you got
Yeah.
color and really flexing, like the whole like experience, like is jumping out, not just like ooh,
Yeah.
but just like everything surrounds you almost.
But
You're bathed in it.
Well, it's all right. All right. 3D movies are okay.
Oh,
but they're not like anything spectacular.
Speaking of, apparently Thor Ragnarok does not have the usual. Not Thor Ragnarok.
Love and Thunder
isn't going to be as long as the typical
Yeah.
MCU film.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yep.
Can't wait to see though.
Yeah. I think they're end capping Thor's story in this
Yeah.
one. Like, it's done now. We're going to move on from Thor. I got a feeling.
Oh, there's another movie he did actually. We saw a trailer for, and it's like this island prison thing, but they give them all like drug experiments and stuff like that, and they all like it's not like they're not killing each other. It's just like they just have weird reactions to reality and everything like that. But they're
Who did?
They're all people who are incarcerated.
Who did?
Oh, this is
Chris Hemsworth or
Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
But like no, they're all like different inmates, but they're like high profile inmates. But they like this.
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
I remember seeing the
yeah, they
preview
get
for
like
that.
it's kind of like Suicide Squad, but instead of them going out fighting crime, they're just trying out different drugs and stuff.
That actually sounds like it could
Yeah.
be fun.
It's basically that. It's like they're like, and they're all recognized by because they're like, it's like one of these like laid back Club Med style prisons, and like you can still do your things, just you have to be on this on. But then they're like giving you different drugs. And
I know, and there's
like
like some. It's got a very horror comedy kind of look to it.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
if Dr. Moreau involved a lot more psychedelics.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you see this to? Is
It was
Netflix, I think.
just a
One of those
trailer
compilations.
compilations that we watch sometimes on YouTube.
Okay. Oh my God! You'll never guess what I've gotten into watching on YouTube. Myself and the wife.
Was a
It's a channel called GT Ogre. Okay, or GT Ogre,
yeah.
and his entire channel is about cars getting towed out of his parking lot. And we sit and we watch this for hours.
We watch like
Oh my
Stupid Driver.
God!
Stupid driver videos.
Stupid driver videos, karma videos,
Fail Army.
Fail Army. Yeah. We watch a lot of Karen videos too. We've been watching
Oh, I
a lot
love
of
Karen videos.
Karen videos. I'm going to give a shout out. She'll never ever hear this, but I'm going to give a shout out to this comedian online called Charlotte Dobre. Have you ever watched any of her stuff? Look up her stuff. She's a reactor, but she reacts to stupid stuff online, and it is priceless. Charlotte Dobre, probably one of the funniest women on YouTube. Probably one of the funniest people on YouTube.
I think we're falling asleep to restoration videos.
Oh, that'd
We
be
also
interesting.
watch Guy Barry
Lewis.
Lewis.
Okay.
Barry
Does
Lewis.
food stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
3 ingredient items.
3
or-
ingredient recipes.
Oh, really?
Or trying out like applying like different little like $5 gadgets and stuff for
Get
food.
those gadgets and stuff like as seen on TV or cooking gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tests them all out kind of thing.
Okay.
But he has his kids involved sometimes. They make stuff like a giant Pop-Tart and stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
But I love his
I
I like his 3 ingredient recipes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he takes stuff and it's just 3 ingredients and he usually makes like a drink and a main course and a dessert, like with 3 ingredients.
Wow.
So you have like not the same 3 ingredients.
No,
but you know
obviously
what I
not,
mean.
yeah.
Like
So
each,
realistically-
each recipe is 3
3,
ingredients.
so realistically 9 ingredients
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. But it's called 3 ingredient recipes.
I like this. I'm going to check it out. Is that the name of the channel? 3 ingredient
No,
recipes? Or Guy Smiley? What was it? Barry?
Barry Lewis.
His name is
Barry
Barry
Lewis.
Barry Lewis.
Barry Lewis with a W.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Sounds
he
interesting.
does some good stuff, and you can tell that like when he messes something up, he messes something up.
Oh,
like
really?
he's not one of these people that you watch and it's all posh and all like clean and
Yeah,
all like
yeah.
it's like no, like he reaches in for a pan, he burns himself, like.
Oh, yeah.
He shows it. It's like oh, so it's hot, and he's British, so you know.
Oh, so it's even better.
He's got a little daughter, Zoe. He's got 2 daughters, but Zoe's younger daughter is usually involved sometimes, and she's like this smart little thing. She's only or something like that, but oh my god, some of the stuff comes over.
Every time they say seal,
He goes, "Badia."
ba-da-ya, da-da-da-da. Like,
Oh, yeah.
He had
Kiss by
mentioned
a
it one day,
Rose.
though,
Kiss
because-
from a Rose.
His kid was doing it in school. Someone
teacher-
mentioned seal. She just that little girl's talking about, and she go do the same thing. Teacher's like, "What's she doing?
What is she doing?" His teacher asked him, like in a teacher conference kind of thing.
Seal's one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Kiss
Oh, yeah,
from
a
a
few,
Rose.
actually.
He had a few, yeah. But I can't think of any other songs from him.
No.
No,
Beautiful voice. Anyway.
but
That sounds like an interesting YouTube channel. You know, I watched a fair bit of YouTube here lately, and I have yet to find anything that really grabs my attention for more than a couple of episodes.
And we also watch, of course, Try Guys.
You try, guys.
Try Guys.
I watched this one from. He's out in.
They ranked all the potato chips. It's the last one they did.
Oh yeah, it was
really?
Eugene.
Eugene and
Okay, here's
Becky
my
and
question:
and his
Did they
beau.
do Doritos?
Yes.
They can't do Doritos.
Why?
Doritos are not a potato chip.
They are potato chips.
They are not. They're a tortilla.
They're in a bag.
They're a tortilla.
Listen,
They're corn. They're not potato. Right.
But
He's arguing
chips,
technicality.
Well, they
How
are
about that?
chips. Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think it's ranked all chips.
Chips. Okay.
Well, yes, it is because some of them are.
Some of
even,
them are like Pringles and-
taro as well. Taro is not potato.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's chips.
Okay.
Sorry.
So where'd they rank Doritos?
Doritos, pretty high.
Oh, good. Excellent. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
I make good choices. Because I love
Pretty
Doritos.
high. I think ranch was the highest.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Or not
it
the
on.
highest in the list, but the highest of the Doritos.
Doritos, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause ranch is
Funyuns
good
were at the
stuff.
bottom.
Funyuns?
Yeah, near the bottom.
Aren't they like the onion,
onion
fake
ones?
onion rings?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You like them?
I like them.
Do you?
I do.
She buys them.
But below them was Pop Chips.
Pop chips. Oh, pop
yeah,
chips.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Pot rice ones or something.
But
like that.
you know what?
I don't mind them.
I don't agree that they ranked Sun Chips above Funyuns. Sorry. Sun Chips are awful.
You know, years
like
ago I enjoyed Sun Chips, but I gotta say, like,
gross.
they did something, and now they're awful. I can't stand
Gross.
them.
It's
no.
like eating cardboard, man.
It is.
Just because of the grains they use now.
Pringles were near the middle, too. I don't like Pringles.
Here's the one thing they didn't do, and they should have, but they're not Canadian. Crispers.
Crispers. Yeah.
They were always.
And most of them, they were eating some of the kettle cooked chips too.
Yep.
And they didn't seem to like them very much.
Really?
Yeah.
Kettle cooked chips are
Must be a American thing.
must be because they are the bomb. Loves kettle cooked stuff.
I know.
I make
Too
homemade, I make homemade ones.
Too hard to chew. They said a lot of them were too chewy, too
Oh,
hard.
come on, you wieners.
I know.
Oh, speaking of wieners, no.
Kids in the hall.
Well, that's that. We'll get to that now in a second. I actually want to talk about I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
I
No.
have that in the slate to watch in the next couple days because it's finally out on online.
Apparently, this is even like now. Of course, I'm getting my news from Jamie Lee Curtis, who's in the movie.
Yeah,
and
I follow her too
She's
about
been doing like this mini feud with Multiverse of Madness. I think it's hilarious.
Well, she's a nerd
But there's
too, right?
there's one universe they jump into where everybody's got hot dogs for fingers.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that's the whole thing. Like,
Wow.
no, they go. I hear they go all in on it. Like she's all over the place in the multiverse
Yeah.
about her existence, right?
Yeah, so I want to see this. I want to see it. I've been hearing a lot about it. I want to see it. Kids in the Hall. Yep, Kids in the Hall are
They're
back
back.
after.
Speaking of hot dogs,
Speaking of hot dogs,
Speaking of weird,
there's a lot of frontal nudity in this
full
thing.
frontal male nudity.
I
the
know.
last glory hole.
The last. Well, we can't go talking about stuff like that, Sean.
Hey, we don't know what it is.
But full frontal
Male nudity.
male nudity. A lot of it.
Jumping.
And it's just.
Twigs and bears
It's,
jumping.
you know, like Kids in the Hall has traditionally been one of my favorite comedy troupes. They've recaptured their glory. They are doing fantastic. Some of their skits are a little bit.
Some of
but
those are
this
just,
one-
some
Well,
of it's just funny, like super.
Some
drunk.
of them.
Yeah,
some-
Super Drunk was hilarious.
You hear everybody humming for a second when he's drunk. He's like, "These are the days I know."
Yes,
I'm
yes,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Some of them are. They're making a comment on some of the old characters that
Yeah.
you used
Yes,
to have
yeah.
that no longer are like
Relevant or
acceptable,
funny or-
acceptable in our society
Well,
anymore.
like-
They could have totally had fun with Cabbage Head being like a white van kind of guy.
Like and Bruce McCulloch's doing his character of that little kid who keeps talking
Yeah.
and keeps
Yeah.
talking,
They-
and the woman looks at him and she goes, "Aren't you too old to be playing a kid?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm just gonna go," and he walks out.
yeah.
That was funny. Or the meta one where they find the Kevin McDonald comedy skit, and it's it's not. It turns out that Kevin McDonald's actually the pawn dealer, and
Yeah.
but he, and,
Maybe that's
and,
a wacky thing was
with his finger. And Dave Foley's like, "Wait, if you're Kevin McDonald, that means I'm." And he takes off all his makeup. "I'm Dave Foley." God damn it, Kevin! I thought you said we weren't going to do this ever.
That one really, that was classic though. Kids in the Hall where they
That
like
was
layer
classic.
it. I like it like that. But like the Buddy Cole was good. But there was another one that they brought back. The two Office Girls.
Yeah, the two
Yes.
Office Girls. Yeah,
Oh my God.
with the fax machine.
with the fax machine.
And they went out to like dinner.
Yeah.
They did that. That's like total like what they would do back in the day.
Oh,
too.
it was so good.
The only difference is like it's not done on videotape. And you could tell. Like I wish they would have done like a retro episode where they did it all in that videotape. Kind of look like they do the monologue like Daddy Drank.
Yeah.
And I love Daddy Drank. That's one of my
There's
favorites of all time.
many iconic ones I remember
Yeah.
that I didn't see.
Tammy. I'm so mad they didn't have Tammy.
The guy that was obsessed with his pen.
Yeah,
My pen,
Yeah.
my pen. You have my pen.
The It's a Fat Girl.
It's a fact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Although they probably couldn't track her down.
I really like
Crusher?
that they did Head Crusher as the
Yeah.
villain in the Super Drunk story.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I want to get I need ginger ale. I'm thirsty. I'm going to crush all your head scuppers.
They didn't. One of the ones
strippers.
the ones that stick out for me though has to be the guys that went through the office building collecting suits in the canoe.
Yeah, from the original series, the
I
first
haven't seen
Travelers.
that one yet.
No, from the original
Oh, from
series.
the original series. Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
We
they.
have
Yeah.
Harry Ellis
Yeah.
and Armani.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
How
one
about
plays
how
another one
about
off.
how about that guy? Should we go after him?
Oh, yeah, they were
No.
hunting. Yeah, they were
It's
hunting
like,
them. Yeah.
It's like no, he's a survivor. That one.
He's got one leg.
He only got one leg
Yeah.
and he's hopping away.
Yeah.
That was like there was another one too.
They didn't. Was it Mr. Canoehead?
No.
No, that
that's
was
Four on the
from-
Floor. That's
Mr.
Four on the Floor.
Mr.
That's
Canoe
Frantics.
was 4 on the floor. The
Different one.
Frantics, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, oh jeez. Well, Cabbage Head. They didn't do him.
No.
I mean, like that would have been a perfect foil for stuff in this day and age, right?
Yeah.
Because like he's just
Just,
a total
uh,
misogynist.
Yeah.
My pen. You've taken my pen.
Don't worry, they're going to get a season 2. We're going to see all
Oh, yeah,
these.
they've been on Twitter
Yeah.
pushing hard
Yeah.
on it too.
They're going to get a season 2.
You see a lot of people on Twitter like, "Oops, just accidentally binge watching it again."
Yeah.
I'm like, I might do that again. I might
Yeah.
rewatch this. I can't watch it at work. I have a Chromecast on the bar TV at work. I put it in myself.
No,
Just
you
wanted-
do. No, you cannot do that.
No, I had
No.
Reacher. I had Reacher going. That's fine. But I was like, sure, but no, people see the penises.
No, do not watch it at work.
No.
So, folks, if you haven't watched it, don't watch it in like young company.
No.
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 Definitely not.
Definitely not.
This
Definitely
is-
not something on the CBC.
No, this is definitely not your 1995 version of Kids in the Hall.
No.
This is amped up on Amazon
Oh.
for big kids.
They got to do the other guy
Kids.
now. I got to do the math on it. He's hip, he's cool, and he should be like 68 now.
Who?
The character on Kids in the Hall is like he's supposed to like the cool dad with the long hair. They always do the intros like he's
Oh,
hip,
yeah.
he's cool, he's 42. As McCullough with the long hair is like, hey man, want to smoke a doobie with your old man?
No.
Yeah, I gotta go somewhere. Square, like him. They got to update with him, right? They got to do that update because
Oh, my.
it's just so many characters.
So many characters.
So
Do you
many
remember they used to
characters.
come on with Codco?
Yeah. It used to be Codco and Kids in the Hall.
Yeah. They
Or
used to do
Kids
those
in the Hall and Codco, one or the other. I can't remember the exact.
Thursday nights, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, and we go to school the next day talking about Kids in the Hall and Codco.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And
Without the
then
teachers, there was no-
I started watching it. You're gonna start watching it.
Night Sky.
Night Sky. Good series.
I still think, and thank you for not giving any spoilers, and because I thought you were going too early before we went on air. But I think you guys need to finish Outer Range. I need to watch Night Sky, and then we need to talk because I think the two series might be related.
Maybe.
I have a sneaky feeling because the way Amazon is positioning the advertising around it.
Oh, okay.
So,
But hey, I
we'll have to see.
just saw it and I was like, oh, this seems interesting. So I sat down yesterday while he was at work and I was watching. Oh, Toby, you're sitting on my foot. And I just started watching it, and it's like I said, it's a rather like slow kind of series. Like it's not something that there's a lot of action in or anything like that. It's very much a mystery,
Okay.
That's what the show's
and
good
it's
for,
like
though.
it keeps you watching because it's like I want to know what's happening
Yeah.
here. It's one of those. Yeah, it's an okay show. You know, the acting's really good because they got some really good actors in it.
J.K. Simmons, Sissy SpaceX.
Yeah, right. The
Very
acting's
good
really
actors.
good.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to know what's going on.
That's
I wanna
just
know
like
what's happening.
That's just like Outer Range. Like it started off a slow burn, and by the
Yeah.
time you got to episode 4 or 5, you're like, I gotta keep watching now because now it's getting interesting. There's something weird going on. Gotta find out what's
know.
going on.
It's like, what
And
is
then
happening here?
By the time you get to the last episode, you're like, wow, I saw that coming. I didn't see that coming. I saw that. I didn't see that. So it was, it's a twisty turny kind of. So I think Amazon might have found their niche.
Oh, we found too on Netflix a continuation, I guess you could say, spiritual successor to a series we saw that was canceled. It was Adam Ruins Everything. It's now the G
Yes,
Word.
the G word.
G
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
we
really
watched
good.
that.
We watched the whole
Finished
thing.
watching that today.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's apparently Barack Obama helped produce it.
Yes.
Yeah, because he bookends it in his appearances. It's
Yeah.
great.
So I definitely want to watch it because I follow Adam on TikTok and
I
he's
do
been
too.
promoting it a lot.
He has a podcast too.
He has a podcast, too.
Factual with Adam Conover.
Yeah.
I've been listening to one recently about the right to prepare.
But it's but looking at them like, well, watching it, we're like, yep, I can believe that Barack Obama is involved in this because there is no way that he would get into places that he was in without having some kind of connections.
Actually, quick little spoiler: one bunch does last minute cancel on it.
Really?
Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
say who, but it's a government office.
Yeah, because they talk to a lot of government offices in it.
Okay.
And it's like, you need to, I'm sure you need to have some kind of clearance to get in there.
Does say, he's like, usually we don't let people in through here, but, they got him clearance to go through and, see places.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you learn the origins of certain government departments do down there.
One thing that kind of flew literally under the radar this week was the Pentagon and the American government,
Oh, yeah.
released a shit ton of information on UFOs.
Yep. They don't call them that now.
UAPs.
UAPs.
It went under the radar, and the only reason I even knew anything about it is because the Nerdist.com has been posting stuff on their Instagram about it. And apparently it's been some wild stuff, like photographic evidence and stuff that we've never seen before, has never been before released, declassified documents.
Yep.
I might have to go do some digging around the interwebs.
I might sit down tonight with a drink and rolly and do the same thing. I like doing deep dives like that, too.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to do with a drink or a rolly, but I will probably do the same thing.
I'm mostly for the hands.
Oh, yeah.
I like this little thing, though. It's good for that kind of stuff. Oh, my Toby.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's not Toby's fault. That's Angela's fault.
He's looking at me for a second.
She's like,
you see this stuff?
Can I
You
take
see,
this
you
off?
see what she does to me?
Can you take
Do
this
see?
off me? Can you? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Good, that's yours. Yeah, I know. He's
Oh,
like, I know it's time to end the show.
There's a high-profile Dungeons and Dragons movie coming in March.
Yes.
I had shared in our D&D group. Didn't even know
Like
anything about it.
March
I did.
2023?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chris Pine is one of the main actors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's actually quite a... I put it in our D&D group. It's like, why did I not know about this in all capitals?
Yeah, there's quite a big star cast apparently attached to it.
Yeah, and Hasbro owns it.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons has been owned by Hasbro for a long time.
I was gonna
and
say, I
Magic
thought
the
so.
Gathering.
Yeah.
But
you
yeah,
go.
Should be interesting then.
yeah, like they're going back to basics with it. It's not going to be carrying on anything else.
As long as they don't do the same kind of style they did with that one back in what was like 96 or 97.
With the Wayans brother and
Yeah.
Anthony, Jeremy Irons is great in that.
Jeremy
though.
Irons.
But like, I do watch the what's his name, the Nostalgia Critic. He did a critique on the film, and what he did was he compared like what's her name, Thora Birch's character versus his speech. He's like, this is where you get somebody who is not really intense of an actor versus somebody who's made for this kind of scene.
stuff. Yeah.
And Jeremy Irons is like, Jeremy Irons. And
Yeah.
like, that was the one I gotta say. Like,
They
as
need
a
to do
bad
it
guy.
more like fantasy, but with D&D elements mixed in.
Yes. Yeah.
Not as in trying to
Well, it's
do what they did last time.
D&D to me would kind of be like a franchise where you've kind of got to draw the fans in with stuff they're familiar with, but draw in the non-fans with the elements that you don't need to know much about. Right?
Like
Same
the-
thing with the MCU.
Like Vox Machina.
Like Vox Machina. Like I knew nothing about that,
Yeah.
and I watched that series.
all
and
D&D.
I was like, holy crap, this is amazing.
if you watch them, if you watch the show, and you know D&D, you're like, oh, that's that spell. Oh, that's that spell. And they don't say it, they just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. Okay, we are out of time for this week. We'll be back next week. Same geek time, same geek channel. Say goodnight, geeks.
Good night.